Welcome back. Today, we're diving right into this explainer to explore the, well, slightly terrifying reality of modern digital tracking. We're going to unpack something called the identifier mesh. I mean, have you ever wondered just how invisible you really are online when you actively try to hide? Let's look at the data together and find out.
We're constantly told, right, that firing up a VPN and masking your IP address keeps you completely safe from tracking. But when you really look at the mechanics of modern networks, does a VPN actually make you anonymous? Well, the short answer from the source material we're about to explore is a resounding no.
So, let's get into Section 1, the VPN illusion.
To see exactly how these digital disguises fail in practice, let's look at a fascinating real-world FBI case involving a hacker named Peter Stokes. Now, Stokes supposedly had great operational security. He used proxies, he rotated his IP across 3 different countries just to hide his tracks. In June, he appeared in Estonia, by November, New York, and in February, Bangkok, where, by the way, he actually posted photos that perfectly matched the local hotel decor. If you're only looking at network IP addresses, the guy was a ghost hopping around the globe.
But here's exactly where that illusion falls apart. A VPN is strictly a network-level tool. The FBI wasn't just tracking his IP address, they were tracking his physical machine. You see, a VPN changes your routing, sure, but it does absolutely nothing to hide the actual device sitting right there on your desk.
Which brings us to Section 2, Browser Fingerprinting Explained.
We all know the drill to clear our cookies, right? It's like standard privacy advice 101. But honestly, clearing cookies is practically useless against browser fingerprinting. This tracking method doesn't rely on a simple file. It relies on your device's unique hardware and software signals to create a probabilistic identifier. It remains incredibly stable across all the different common browsers, even if you block cookies entirely or, live your whole life in incognito mode.
It's honestly amazing and kinda scary how many subtle things give you away without you even knowing it. Fingerprinting looks at stuff like how your specific graphics card draws a hidden 3D image, or exactly how your CPU processes audio sound waves. Yes, literally your sound card is snitching on you. Combined, all these tiny, seemingly weak signals form a highly specific profile that can pick your exact browser out of millions.
But wait, it actually gets worse because your browser actively volunteers this data. Common browsers like Chrome and Edge explicitly broadcast your exact operating system and CPU architecture using what are called user-agent-client hints. Basically, just by reading a simple header, a server instantly knows if you're running Windows 10 or 11. They don't even have to fingerprint you to get that piece of the puzzle.
Then, there's something called the mark of the web. Any file you download via Chromium-based browsers like Chrome or even Firefox gets secretly stamped with its exact source URL. It creates this invisible tracking paper trail right there on your hard drive, explicitly recording the domain name and the exact web location of where that file originally came from.
All right, moving on to Section 3, the operating system mesh.
Stepping beyond just the browser is exactly how that Peter Stokes case cracked wide open. When independent researchers really dug into the FBI complaint, they found that the Global Device Identifier, or GDID, isn't just one single tracking number, it's actually just one node in a massive, totally redundant tracking mesh built straight into Windows itself.
Just look at what actually survives our attempts to hide. VPNs? The IDs survive. OS updates? Yep, they survive. And crucially, even a complete clean reinstall doesn't save you. Your hardware-native identifiers survive the wipe, and they will immediately relink to your brand new GDID the exact moment you sign back into an account. Boom, your historical identity graph is instantly restored.
This whole mesh works because Windows natively collects incredibly deep diagnostic hardware telemetry, stuff like your total physical RAM and your mobile network provider. Plus, features like Smart Screen transmit the URLs you visit directly to Microsoft for reputation checking. That means it's sending your web activity and your unique device identifier packaged together, completely bypassing whatever privacy tools you have running in your browser.
Let's look at the next layer in Section 4, network and hardware tracking.
So, for years, static MAC addresses were the thing tracking you from router to router. Now, modern devices try to protect you by randomizing this MAC address, basically rotating it for every new network you join. Sounds great, right? Well, enterprise networks and security systems have already evolved to totally defeat this. Even if your MAC address changes, network servers use behavioral profiling. They're checking things like DHCP options and validating certificates. By analyzing these signals, network access control systems instantly correlate your new random address right back to your persistent identity.
It's like you changed your mask, but they can still easily recognize your walk.
And the sheer scale of this physical tracking is wild. Wi-Fi positioning systems use crowdsourced data from literally billions of smartphones to constantly map routers. Just coming within range of a router updates a smartphone's exact geographic location in a global database. Researchers have even used this to successfully map out Starlink router deployments right on the front lines of conflict zones. It's that precise.
Okay, finally, let's tie this all together in Section 5, the power of correlation.
This is where the trap closes, and de-anonymization actually happens through the correlation of all these different data sources. Remember Peter Stokes? The FBI saw the exact same Windows GDIP ID pinging proxy signups and retailer websites through the VPN. The VPN hid the IP, sure, but the OS telemetry pushed the device ID right through anyway. They then correlated that stable device ID across different data sources, specifically his personal Apple, Facebook, and gaming logins. It completely shattered his anonymity by directly tying his supposedly private browser sessions to his known accounts and devices.
So the big takeaway here is that attribution is a property of the whole graph. A VPN only masks one single thread, the IP address. But if you break that thread, the rest of the identifier mesh, your browser footprint, your hardware ID, and your OS telemetry just holds your identity tightly together. Everything else remains completely exposed.
To summarize our explainer today, traditional hiding methods are simply obsolete against a system engineered from the ground up for redundant tracking. Clearing cookies, hiding IPs, randomizing MAC addresses, these are just scratching the surface. Whether it's for system diagnostics or network access control, modern infrastructure is fundamentally built to remember you across absolutely every device and common browser you use.
1.6 billion. That is the number of Windows users sitting inside this inescapable tracking mesh today. We're talking billions of devices, actively broadcasting hardware configurations, browser footprints, and deep telemetry every single time they ping the internet. That's a staggering amount of data.
Based on the reality of the identifier mesh we've mapped out in this explainer, we really have to ask ourselves, is true digital anonymity just a relic of the past? When every single layer of your tech stack, from your everyday browser all the way down to your physical hardware, is designed specifically to identify you, staying hidden might just be impossible. Thanks for joining me today, and keep questioning the footprint you leave behind.